Good morning, everyone. We shall begin with the database management system. The last class we had completed with the different key attributes. Just a minute. The last class we have completed with different key attributes here. Today we have to begin with the ER diagram. Till now, we are aware about the entity, what are the attributes, then two types of entities we have done, that is a strong entity and the weak entity, and then relationship also we have learned here. The type of relationship or the cardinality ratios between that relationships where 1:1, I mean 1:1 relationship, one to many relationship, many to one, and many to many relationship. So we are aware about this concepts here. Now what we have to do is that collect all those concepts here like entity, weak entity, strong entity, keys, I mean attributes here, how we are going to create that attributes here, what kind of a notation you have to mention, and you have to also mention whether it is a foreign key or primary key, and then we have to draw the ER diagram. But I think in the last class I have not completed the foreign keys. I had completed only primary key, candidate key, and super key here. So let us begin with the last one more key here. Then after that I shall proceed with your ER diagram for the complete database, which will arise for this examination for 10 marks diagram along with the explanation. So I'll share the screen. Yes. Uh, Last we have to learn this what keys are there. I will give a glance how many keys we have learned so that you can remember very well. Yeah. What exactly the keys? It plays an important role in the relational database, and why we have to use that we use for identifying any record or a row of data from the table. That value should be unique, like the value should not be repeated here. So for our reference, we have taken an example like in the student table, ID is used as a key because it is unique for each student, and I cannot give the same roll number to everyone. The last class we had discussed with the Sai Prakash roll number 401. So this 401 cannot be given to any other person as it is a unique and it is already recorded. In the person table, you can say passport number, license number, Aadhaar card number, or social security number are the keys since they are unique for each person here. And we had begin with this what four types of keys are there. Main four keys whichever we use for your database. The first one it was called as a primary key, candidate key, super key, and foreign key here. So primary key, here are the key diagram it is there. We had finished with the primary key, candidate key, super key, and foreign key here. Primary key it is what it should be used to identify one and only one instance for an each entity uniquely. One value has to be given for that column. No repeated value should be given. Then I discuss with the candidate key. Example with help of example, assume that for the employee table or employee entity, employee ID is one primary key. Apart from that, this entity has still a few more keys are there, which is a unique. So that time passport number, license number, and social security number here. But already we have created the employee ID as a primary key. Apart from that, still any more other keys are there or what, which are uniquely those keys or those attributes we call that as a this what candidate key. By candidate key, alternate key also you can tell. If you are not able to identify for voting with the help of voter ID, you can go with the help of this what Aadhaar card also. Okay. Then super key is also what in the above employee table, employee ID, employee name, the name of two employees can be the same. but their employee ID cannot be the same here. If we may have two Sai Prakash, but those Sai Prakash roll number cannot be same here. So that time we call it as a what? Super key. Two keys should be there here. Then today we have to begin with the foreign key. So let me proceed with the slide here. Then I'll show the example. Foreign keys are the column of the table which is used to point to the primary key of the another table here. Which means here we need the two tables we need here. I mean two entities are required here. And in one entity already one primary key has been mentioned. That primary key has to be referred to any other table here. And when you're going to refer that primary key to other table, that time we have to say this what foreign key. Now I will give you best example for your class here. Assume that you had for the first time you had taken the admission, right? In the office, we have created a separate table, personal table of your information here, only of what batch wise will be there. I think you are a batch of 2019. Okay, so 2019 batch is the one file is there. There, the records are being stored as a name, university number, and address, phone number. Everything it is there, and also this what Aadhaar card number here. But the college reference sake or the university reference sake, what we had to do, we have created the personal table. In that personal table, we have university number here, name, address, fine. And in that personal table, university USN is what we are going to define it as a primary key. I will repeat my sentence. In the personal table, USN, we are going to define it as a primary key. Now, you will start proceeding for your first semester, second semester, third semester, fourth semester, till date here. Okay. Then for the first semester, what you have to create a table. For the second semester, you have to create a table. Third semester, create table. Fourth semester, create table as of till sixth semester. Then when you are creating the first semester table, you are not supposed to say the USN separately here. Not required to create a USN column. No, it is not required. What you have to do, just you have to take that university number from personal table here. I'm repeating my sentence here. For the first semester table, second semester table, third semester table, fourth semester table, you are going to have that respective USN number here, right? So every time it is not required to create separate USN column here. What you have to do is that just take the USN value from the personal table. Why? Because there unique value has been created. No repeated values are there. As I have given an example for the 401 Sai Prakash. So that value only can be taken for your first semester till fourth semester. Now, coming to the main point, as I am telling you, take that roll number in your this word table here. Then, when you are going to create this first semester table, second semester table, third semester table separately, and fourth semester table separately, there also you have to mention USN. Okay, you have to create that column. But while creating or while defining that USN column here, what you have to say that I am going to refer the USN values which are being present in the personal table. Okay, which means that value should match here. Now in the personal table, example take 401 is available. 401 to 410. I'm audible to you? Yes, anyone respond me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
You are
Okay.
ma'am.
audible.
Fine. As I have told you that in the personal table, assume that the values are 401 to 410. Just a minute. 401 to 410 values are there with me. This is the personal table here. Now, I want to create a fourth SEM table here. Fourth SEM table, in that also I have to mention this roll number only here, 401 to 410. Then when you mention 401 and 410, you have to say that whatever these values are there, we are going to refer from this table. I'm repeating, whatever the 401, 402, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we are going to refer these values only here. And here in this table, we have to say that this is the primary key. And when you come to this USN, you have to say that FK, which is a foreign key here. Okay. Then when you take this value only, it will accept. Assume that I will say 411 also. I have included 411. Okay. But it will show error. We have not yet started with this practical session, but I'm giving the kind of information introduction here. When I mentioned the 411 in the fourth semester table, what will happen, you will get the error. Why? Because 400 and roll number is not mentioned in the personal table. You cannot insert that value. So what is the solution? To insert the 411 value, first of all, you have to mention that value in the personal table. Why to mention in that personal table? Because the USN number you have defined it as primary key. Put their value and then insert in any other table. If their value it is available, you can refer that here. And assume that 401 to 410. If you have not entered 405 value, I'm repeating, if you have not entered 405 value, okay, fine, no problem, no compulsory here. Whatever the values you have entered in the personal table should be entered in other table. No, not required. If you want, you can take. If you don't want, it is okay. But that value cannot be repeated here. If the value is not present in that main table, main record where you are going to refer, so that time you cannot use it. I will give the example also here. Okay. In a company, every employee works in a specific department, and employee and department are two different entities. Still, you will not get this example. Soon I have to begin with the ER diagram here. So just have a glance here. So two entities are there here. One entity, one table, it is called as a one table it is called as an employee, and another table it is called as a department. So these are the two tables here. Okay. And so we cannot store the information of department in the employee table. No. Whatever the information of the department table is there, that we cannot store in the employee table here. Those are different. That's why we link these two tables through the primary key of one table here. That's why we link these two tables through the primary key of one table here. So I will tell you this example. We will come to this point also when we start with the help of ER diagram. So keep it aside here. So you see here, we add the primary key of the department table. One table it is there. In this table, you have to add the primary key as a department ID as a new attribute in the employee table also here. Means what? Sai Prakash is a CR of which class? He is a CR of what? Fourth semester. So we have to prepare one separate student council table here, and we have to mention that Sai Prakash is what? CR of fourth semester. Yes, separate table will be there. His USN number will be presented here. Okay. Now in the employee table, department ID is the foreign key, and both the tables are related here. In the employee table also is the foreign key. Why? Because employee should know, no, this employee in which department he works, whether he works in HR or technical or marketing, like this way. Okay. So then now I'll proceed with your diagram. You will come to know what exactly the foreign key is there. See in the slide. See, two tables are there. One table is employee and the next table is department. Okay. In the employee table, employee ID is the primary key. Fine. Employee name is the normal key here. Passport number is what normal. We have to say it was candidate key as it is a unique key here. Unique value will be having. License number is also candidate key as it is going to have a unique value, and social security number candidate key because it has a unique value here. Now coming to this point, department ID. This department ID is going to become foreign key. Why? Because employee is working in which department? A department name here. Now you take our example, we are working in this what BCA department. So are this what ID will be like a BCA department ID is going to be a foreign key. Why? As the respective BCA has been created a separate table in a main branch where tables are there like a BCA table, BBA, PCOM, FCOM table is there here. So that BCA is having a kind of value 1, 2, 3, anything. Okay. So that time our employee, how they will recognize us, they will identify that she is from BCA department, she is from BBA department, such a way. So here department ID is going to be a foreign key. Coming to this point, department table, department ID is going to be here primary key. So whatever the values are you are going to insert for this department ID should be referred here. Okay, should be referred here to identify the respective employee in which department he is working here. What is the department ID? And with the help of department ID, we will come to know what is the name here. If you find out the name here in which department he is working, only we are having this what ID. With the help of ID, we cannot identify the name of the department. So what we have to do, you have to go to the department table and find out the ID, and along with that, we will come to know what was the department name. So in the employee table, department ID is going to act as a foreign key. And in the department table, department ID is going to act as a primary key. One more example is that here, see, teacher is a one table and department is another table here. In the teacher table, T number, which is a underline, teacher number, it is a primary key. Teacher name, teacher age, teacher department. Okay, so this is the referencing relation and this is a referenced relation here. Referencing means what? Teacher department is referring from the department table here. Now, from your example of your live current example, personal table is there and USN is what fourth semester here. In your fourth semester table, USN is getting referring from personal table and that personal table will be called as a referred table here because that personal table is going to get eligible for all the semesters. Okay, because in the personal table you have created the USN as a primary key and from first semester to the sixth semester that USN is going to act as a foreign key because you are referring the USN from that table and which is called as a reference table, personal table, and referring table it is what? First semester, second semester till sixth semester here. So here the teacher department is going to be a foreign key here. And then coming to the next table, which is called as a department number here, we have to say this what? Primary key. Why primary key? You are going to give a unique value for that here. Department 1, it is inserted, okay. The one value is inserted only. When you create, when you give another same value 1, it will not take. Why? Department number has mentioned as a primary key. And department name normal here. Okay. Now the question may arise for you people while creating the table. Which table you have to create? The table has to be created for first primary key or the foreign key. Keep in your mind, listen carefully when such cases will come, primary key, foreign key here. You have to create a table first having a primary key. I will repeat, you have to create a table first having primary key. After that, that primary key, if it is going to refer in another table or what, if it is going to refer in another table or what, then you have to create next table here. And suppose if you create first table saying as a foreign key only, if you create first table saying as a foreign key only, it will not take. Why? You have not yet created your table which is having a primary key here. If you are having a primary key and after that if you are creating a table which is going to be a foreign key, yes, it will accept, it will take because you have created the first table having a foreign key. Then you have created this what? Next table which is going to get related to that table where in this table you are going to have a foreign key. Keep in mind, still I'm telling you because we will be working with your lab sessions. What happens? The questions will be given here in the syllabus copy. The tables they have mentioned, I mean entities they will mention anyhow. There is a no order that they will not inform you that first you have to create this table, second you have to create this table. No, it is your duty to check how the values are going to get related to each other here. No hurry should be there. You are not supposed to be in hurry. Take a time, check what keys are going to get worked out, which key has to be mentioned as a primary key, and then which key table will be mentioned as a this for foreign table also. Okay. I hope you have cleared with the foreign key. Okay. To create a table, first of all, create table if it is having a primary key. Uske baad you can create this word, the table if it is going to have a foreign key here. If you create for the first time only foreign key table, it will not work, guys. You have to create first primary key table, then you can proceed with that here. So this was about your keys. Then now let us begin with your ER diagram of a company database. Few minutes are there with us. Introduction I'll give you because it is a large diagram. Before proceeding for this, I'll show you the diagram, you guys. Ha. Have a look for your ER diagram for the company database here. Take a look. So this diagram you are going to draw in the examination, which will be asked for 10 marks with explanation. Very, very easy. And that's why I have said you that you should be aware what are the entities, how the entity is going to represent here. I mean, what symbol should be there, what symbol should be there for the relationship, what symbol should be there for the attributes, and what are there here? Ha, over. Okay. Mm, we shall proceed. So this diagram will be given for your reference also. We will begin here. This is the an ER schema diagram for the company database here. The diagrammatic notation is introduced gradually throughout this chapter. I mean, in this, with the help of this diagram only in every question we are going to have for this database only here, like employee works in which department, then enter the employee value. This kind of a questions will be. So I'll proceed now. ER means what? Entity relationship, combination of entity table and what are the relationship it is between the different tables here. Okay. Now, what was that here? This diagram. Separate points I have created for your reference here. Company has a several departments. Okay. Company database, why we have to create this here? Now, company database keeps the track of company's employees, departments and projects here. We are going to have a three tables are there with us, three are there here, and which is a employee, department and projects here. Before this, I will proceed with this here. I'll just read out the bullet points and I'll start with my own explanation. Company has several departments. Take an example from your side like HR, marketing, sales, finance, and technical, IT, everything. Okay. And then each department has several locations. Yeah. Now, normal we can take the example of the bank. Okay, if you consider the example of this what Yes Bank here, now it is mentioned the location is there in the RPD center. I mean Goa West side, and another it is what near Club Road. So these are the locations here. Okay, and then departments are identified by name, department number, location. Which department number काय आहे, location काय आहे, you will see that here. Then a manager control a particular department. Yes, someone should be then a boss. So manager is a person who is going to control a particular department here, like IT department, who is the manager, sales department, who is the manager here, boss, like this. Then after that, each department is associated with number of projects. Of course, if you start working with the different projects, every department is having a more projects here. Now, coming to the next point, employees are identified by name, their ID, which is a social security number, address, date of birth, and of course, date of joining. When did they join the respective company? Okay, an employee works in only one department here. but can work on several projects here. Yeah. Now we can give the example from your our college itself. I work in BCA department, but I can take for other department classes also. But my main motto is what I'm working for the BCA department. You can take the example of your English faculty here. She is actually from the BCA department, but she will take the classes for other departments also. But her main department is what BCA. So same way, you can refer the example here itself here. An employee works only in one department, but can work on several projects here. And also keep the track of number of hours worked by an employee on a single project here. How many hours I take one subject here, like this. Each employee has dependent for the purpose of insurance in the future. Dependent has department name, gender, and relationship here. Okay. So this is the basic concept for your ER diagram. Along with this, we are supposed to create this entire diagram here. Along with this, we are supposed to create the entire diagram here. Okay, so now I will read the sentence here. I'll explain it shortly. Now here what they have said, company database keeps the track of companies. Three tables are there made, which is the employee table, department table, and the project table here. Okay, three tables are there, remember, and table 6 is what entities here. Then the company is organized into departments, different this what components are there. Each department has unique name, unique number, and a particular this what employee who manages the department is. This you will not understand. I will repeat. Particular employee who manages the department है. क्योंकि department में कोई तो employee हो जाएगा ना. Now you think of what our example of the HOD here. HOD, who is our HOD? The sir is there. He is also the employee of the department BCA, but he is the what? The one who manages our department here. Okay. Then we keep the track of the start date when the employee began managing the department here. Okay, and the department may have several locations here. Department controls number of projects, like a number of semesters, you can say number of workshops, seminars here, projects. Each of which has a unique name, unique number, and single location here. Fine. So till here it is done. Each department is associated with the number of projects here. Okay. Employees are identified by the name, then ID, address, date of birth, date of joining here, and then gender, salary here. An employee is assigned to one department. Now, our faculty you can take, and the faculty is assigned to one department here, but can take n number of subjects, but can take that respective subject to other department also here. But here, according to the employee, they have said an employee is assigned to one department, but may work on several projects here by the same which not necessarily controlled by the same department. It is not going to get controlled by the same department. If I am going to take, I will take here. Now, example, you can refer your English faculty also. We keep the track of current number of hours per week here that an employee works on each project here, each subject also you can take here. Then we also keep the track of direct supervisor of each employer, who is the boss. Right? Then we want to keep the track of the dependent of each employee for the insurance purposes. If something goes wrong, like a medical claim should be there. For that purpose, we are having, see, employee has a dependent, so the dependent table is also available. Where we keep the record for the dependent as a dependent name, gender, birth date, and relationship of the employer. Now I'll proceed for this diagram here. We'll ask you the questions. Yeah. Can you tell me which are the tables here? How your entity is going to get identified? Can you tell me? Anyone? Yes. Which are the tables here? How many tables are there in this diagram? Am I audible to you? Yes, employee table. Then
Four, ma'am.
yes.
Employee table, department, project, and
Hmm.
dependent.
Hmm. Employee table dependent. Then after that, department project. Okay. Fine. So these are the tables, and we can see it as a entities also. And still, I have not asked whether it is strong or weakened. Keep it aside. Now tell me which all are the relationship here.
Supervision.
Correct. After that,
Wo- Works for,
yeah.
manages,
Yes.
works on,
Ha.
controls,
Ha.
dependents of,
Yes. Exactly. Fine. This is the correct here. The tables or the entities are employee, department, project, and dependent here. And the relationship from your side, you have said it is correct. Supervision works for, controls, and dependence of, manages, works on here. And now let me ask you the question. Where is the derived attribute here?
Number of employees.
Yeah, because it is a this word dashed oval, it is there here. And where is the multi-valued attribute?
Location.
Yes, because location can have a number of values. It will be like you can take example of, yes, bank to एक ही है ना, but the location is what it is mentioned for the Goa West and the club road also. Okay, so with this diagram, tomorrow I'll proceed with your separate explanation. How this diagram is getting related? Why here two lines are there? Why double this what uh, uh, diagram for the relationship here? Why rhombus double it is there, and why double rectangle it is there? What kind of a relationship, what kind of a entity? And here cardinality it is present, which is the degree of relationship or type of relationship. And you can see one. Why it is that here? Okay. So start giving the attendance. Request you to give the attendance, please. So today we have learned the foreign key and the company database ER diagram. The introduction has been started. Accordingly, you the different tables which are there that you have mentioned, and also the relationship. So tomorrow I'll proceed with your explanation for the entire ER diagram here. Okay. You have given with the attendance, and if you have no doubts as of now, you can leave my class. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe, take care.